There's still 6:30. You've come to repay your debts, I assume.
You owe me! You owe me!
No, I've come to play another round.
Very well.
As you wish, but you know that you lose your full time, your debt will grow still further. Oh, I'm not losing this time.
I'll be counting on you.
Dogs to walk when?
So, which would it be?
Red.
Time to put our little plan into action.
Picking his nose.
Let us begin. Oh, that's impossible!
Flicked a bogey at it.
What?
You manipulated the dice, you must have. Impossible. Like, little trick, no, you have no proof, how dare you? What is all this noise, How you doing, about Master Pugnacious? Well, and what exactly is going on here? You know better than to cause a scene so close to his eminence's private chambers? Possible? Mr. Pugnacious, how glad I am to meet you at last. Sent here on urgent business by Nile.
Yeah.
Stupid gatekeeper here tricked us into owing him. He still won't let us in. How gold poor treats us get.
Goodness.
What thing that happened at work, Goshi? Forgive my foolish underling. If my good friend Nile sent you, it can be no trifling matter that much. Be plain.
You.
Sort of basic deceit, I am an unforgivable transgression. That will be annulled, of course. Should have just told him to fuck off, Goshi, and kicked him in the air. Hit him with a good old cancho. This is no place to talk. Continue inside. This one, throw him in jail.
Yes, master. Hello there. Welcome.
Cancho doesn't mean throwing shoes at people, dude. Yeah, that's what I'll do, Goshi. The envoy of Nile, what brings you here? I've come to ask that you return his forest to him. Cancho. Ah, but of course he have sent you to beg for it on his behalf. Why would I simply return it? I won it in a game of chance. It was a fortune Lady Fortune wielded. It's crashed again. Just closed itself. Right. What's this happen now? Steam. You reckon it's a Steam thing? I mean, whoever's going to sell me the game's cheapest, right? All this shit again. Probably why they add auto saving into a lot of these. Was if we can help but notice how much cheating goes on this supposed kingdom of chance. What are you implying? On the dice roll of Lady Luck herself, a Nile gambled. Huh? Friend outside may have been capable of base trickery, but the Mistress of Fortune, I think not. He wasn't even playing with a piffling casino dice. No, the one we saw in the ceremony was much bigger. That means someone couldn't have messed with it. You accuse our most sacred symbol of trickery. It is a preposterous idea, but you are welcome to examine her if it will please you. I would warn you to proceed with the utmost care when doing so. The people of Goldpool will not take such an intrusion lightly. I think we'll take you up on that. There's loads of platforms now, Goshi. Absolutely loads of them. GOG.
Yes, master.
Origin. You must be on our guard. Although I really thought we were onto something there. How did Pokemon go yesterday, Albaz? Right back where we started, not quite. I'm pretty sure if we look hard enough, we'll find something not quite right with Lady Luck. Okay, so let's go have a gander, shall we? You don't see many kingmakers like doing this, see? Wahee! Found anything lofty? Nothing much, no, unless you count the biggest flipping jumble of wards and charms and magic repelling doodads I've ever seen in my life. Origin. Origin is EA? Nothing's amiss at first glance, huh? I can see why they're happy for us to come take a look. Those wards and things would mean that you couldn't influence the role using magic. I guess so.
How dare you!
Mass Effect. Cease this outrage at once, Lady Luck's secret. No place for your pet to play.
Oi!
What you're calling a pet, Paleo? Pugnacious, give us permission to look at the die and make sure there's no funny business going. Is that so? Very well, very well. The degree to which she ensures Lady Luck's impeachable integrity is indeed. Mass Effect games are good. Whereas I'll bet the statue must take some serious looking after her, and that die too.
Oh, yes.
Exactly, you are young, friend, but you understand much. Only recently, His Eminence became concerned that the decidedly worn condition of the die we'd always used and replaced with an entirely new one. No expense was spared in its making. He dispatched a delegation of our most highly respected craftsmen to the deepest part of the forest in search of the finest wood available. Did, huh?
Now then.
Ah, but listen to me chattering on. I'm sure you're busy enough already without me bothering you. Nice to meet you, young. What about the Dragon Age games? Played any of them? You bet the forest and all, I suppose. Seems like he's going a mite overboard sending all these craftsmen so far out of the way, don't it? Do you think it was them who stuck all those notice things? I don't know, but I think we should go back there and look around a little more. Right, let's head back to the forest and Nile and hunt for clues. Dragon Age Origins was massive. Inquisition was very good. You're back, eh? How'd it go with old Puggy? We didn't quite manage to get your forest back yet. We did find out the game is rigged all the way to the top. Do it, crafty wee roasters. Now all we need to do is prove that there's funny business afoot with a lady lock as well. You ever notice people from Goldport doing anything strange in the woods? They were up to something over toward the old wood there. Honest, there were so many other beggars traipsing in and out, I couldn't keep track of them all. Yeah, Inquisition's brilliant. But Dad played Inquisition like 4 times, Kev, from start to finish. Maybe that's where they're making the dice. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Hold your horses, laddie. You'll not be going anywhere near the old wood unless you can cast Quicken Not Growth. What's that? Spell, you great bampot. You've never heard of it? Kids these days. Here, I'll teach it to you. Yeah, Inquisition's good, man. It's like fucking 200+ hour game if you do everything. And you know, figure it out from the name. It makes plants grow faster. Cast that wee beauty on a teeny tiny seed and it'll be tall as a tree. Be a tree as tall as a house before you can blink. Path's a pain to get through that. Sling the spell at a few totals, you'll be going a good bit easier. Thanks for the twig wig. Oh, it looks like we're off to the old woods. I wouldn't have sounded so pleased if I, but monsters that way have been alright. Interesting that this chapter is taking a lot longer than the first 3. Is it actually? How did you know that? Where did you see that information? Oh, right. He was a bit easier to kill than the fucking first one. Yeah, yeah. Dragon Age Origins was good, mate. The first one. Probably got the biggest story. Yeah, when do we get a Goshi stream? I wouldn't say I'm a streamer, really.
Watch this.
So, at what point would you class yourself as a streamer? Like, that first time you go live, does that make you a streamer? When you hit affiliate, does that make you a streamer? In one's mind, what makes you a streamer? Okay. So at any level, you can become a streamer. What you're saying is that there's no achievement in streaming that makes you more of a streamer than someone who streams to 0 viewers. Yeah. No, it's just I'm just trying to understand other people's takes on the term streamer. Does that make sense? Just following everyone. Like, he's actually following you, Kev. I sent him your address.
I'll do my best.
I reckon we should get Goshi all the affiliate follows before he even streams. I'm gonna start telling people that Goshi's a streamer. They'll follow him and be like, "Well, wait, he's never streamed." Wow, this looks like a boss fight if ever I fucking saw one. Hmm?
Wow.
Wow, they've been busy. So this is where they're making the trick dice. No, I'll just tell them you've been taking a break. How should we do this? Charge in, shouting our heads off? No, we can't draw attention. We need to slip in undetected and find out what they're doing. Everyone follow Kev. If he gets an email every time, I reckon we can wake him up every 10-15 minutes. Hold yourself, some swabs are coming. Why did they have to build it so far away? If all any closer than the people in the city would surely discover it. They're from Goldport, they must be. Ah, I have a mighty fine idea all of a sudden. You know, I think I might be thinking what you're thinking. Hmm? Guess I should have expected as much from a pair of sky pirates. Are you sure this will work? Any way to find out? We'll keep watching. You are off to sneak into the fucking dye factory. Don't be too long, alright? Don't have much choice, come on. What do you mean, that he followed you? Nothing like Snorlax, Kev. I work 9 hours a day, come home and then stream for 3 hours, mate. Essentially a 12-hour working day. There's nothing lazy and sleepy about me, bro. I was sure he was going to see through our disguise. But we didn't. Looks like this might just work.
Alright.
Right, we need 2 more forms of proof. First is something tying Pugny. I guess just directly to the some documentary evidence would be ideal. The next evidence of manipulating dice, my guess is they're not using magic.
Oh.
Yeah, but how else could it be done? Well, there are ways. You have a few different techniques for manipulating things from a distance where I'm from. I'd be surprised if somebody here has come up with something similar.
Right.
Find that proof. I mean, anyone who says streaming is just you playing games is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Huh? Hey there. Yes.
Wizard does cooking streams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Undeniable proof. Wonderful. I need one more piece of proof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's in the other room. The phone works, yeah? Start with the phone is the best way to do it, in my opinion. Well, no, because you can plan it, Goshi, so that you take questions or chat for a bit in between. Exactly the same, Nolfi. Chat to Wizit. Goshi, Wizit's done a few now. Next time Wizit shows up, I'll interrogate him for you. Everything we need. Come on, let's get out of here. I know he's got long leads. Unauthorized intruders detected initiating attack sequence.
Oh my goodness.
Tani, Batu.
Blimey.
Sorry, looks like we got rumbled. What's this horrible thing doing here anyway? Don't like our chances, girlie. God, they're trapped.
Come on.
Then we have to help them. Yeah, he streams for the computer. He's got a long USB lead, I think. If you don't want to stream, Goshi, don't stream, man.
I'm counting on you.
I'm quite shy. Would you believe that? Oh, the baby that shows up in the middle.
Hey.
Oof.
I'm counting on you.
Oof. Oof. Get fucked. I didn't even see any golden orbs. Ew, I thought me goose was cooked there for a second. The people in the factory didn't notice the racket either. We got lucky there. Well, did you find your precious proof? Yes, we found a device pugnacious used to control the dye's movement. Oh, that's the stuff, lad. Now we can hang the swindling dog out to dry. Sure can. With this thing to help us, we'll be able to expose him for the fraud he is. No worries, Nolfi. I'll see you soon, dude. I need you to be sure you're okay with what we're about to do. We're interfering directly in another country's affairs. Oh, well, for us, things could get ugly. They go really bad. We could make an enemy of an entire nation. Are you willing to take that risk? Getting from one's own people is unforgivable. We cannot stand by and let that happen. Give the citizens of Goldpore their country, but
Yeah.
wouldn't let him walk over all over me. Yeah, grow more kingly by the day, your majesty. Well done. I'll be finishing very, very shortly. You really are starting to sound like a king, you know that? Alright, our leader has set out his policy. Now it's time to implement it. The sticky mushrooms. Guessing that one. Greatest offering that I've ever seen. Oh look, a little mushroom head. Mutton Bane the Mushy. Was it? Eat sorcerer's ring. Nice. Thursday tomorrow, right? I am off work Friday. 3-day weekend coming up.